It's harder than it ever has been to really make money at it and still match the customer level of expectation that Amazon's kind of delivered.
When you have a business in Los Angeles in need of warehouse space, you don't need to go too far from the Port of Los Angeles. Compton, just south of the port, is rapidly emerging as a large industrial center with well-known warehouse capacity.
We took some risk and the brand just exploded and got very popular. It was an apparel brand called Von Dutch, which was the trucker cap phenomenon 10 years ago. And that was a big deal that our first client was so successful, and that was essentially our venture capital round.
Meet John Tomich, a co-founder and current chairman of the board of Onestop Internet. Onestop works with over 120 high-end retail brands, providing end-to-end digital commerce solutions. Or more simply put, those $300 pair of Juicy Couture jeans you bought online, Onestop is involved with every step in the process, from buying through delivery.
We provide our shopping cart architecture, and we will curate a bundle of third-party tools depending on the client. And then we'll handle the contracts with the service providers. There's the picking and packing area where the folks will go get the items and then sort of they'll pick the order in real time, obviously, and then they have the carts and they take them back and they pack them. It used to be, and still the case for a lot of retailers, where if you buy something on the website and then you maybe 6 months later go to the store and buy something, you might exist in two separate databases, right?
Yep.
Now they're combining those two things together.
Okay.
People outside that don't pay attention to this might not know it, but LA has a pretty deep, rich technology history. The Los Angeles University system might graduate more engineers than sort of any major city in the United States. In the beginning, we were near USC, when we had, I think, 10,000 square feet, and then we needed 30,000 square feet, and then we moved to downtown, a little further away. The more space we got, the further away from the city center we got.
Okay.
And here we're in the sort of north of like 100 to 200,000 square foot range. The city is has an entrepreneurial energy, maybe that comes from the movie industry, where there's just a lot of new companies getting started. So it's unlike maybe some more traditional kind of eastern cities where it's not as entrepreneurial, it's more sort of big company. You graduate from college and you go and work in a big company.
Yeah.
I think in LA people think about startups. California too, in general.
Yeah.
There's a urban legend or a myth. It's really profitable to sell something on your own website. And it can be, but if you start to get into...
If it's your own product.
Clearly if it's your own product, which means you probably have a higher gross margin.
Yeah.
But just the operating portion of it, it's harder than it ever has been to really make money at it and still match the customer level of expectation that Amazon's kind of delivered.
Yep.
Like they want all the technology whistles and bells, they want the recommendation engine, they want product selection, they want the photography to look good, and at the same time they want it in 2 days, and they want all the sizes in stock and all the SKUs and colors and everything else. And so everything that you see on the website is stuff that we actually have to shoot. When we onboard a client, we'll create a photography style guide. What the look and feel is going to be. Are we going to use models? Are we going to shoot flat? Are we going to show the face on the models, et cetera, et cetera? And once we define that style guide with the client, we do all the execution here. And it's important that we actually do it on site at the same place that we have the sample items, so they can actually visually see the items that they're color correcting. Because oftentimes we'll have fashion brands that might have 10,000 SKUs. The closer you get the photography to actual product resolution, the lower the returns. Right? So all the things that you see on the website, there's a lot of thought put into them. Just sort of to limit returns. It's the reality of e-commerce, and so we have some brands where it's a 5% return rate, and we have some brands depending on the product.
More accurately, you can represent
it'll be 35%, right? So you want to more accurately represent what it is. We'll do casting calls, and we'll define what the style guide of the model's look is going to be up front, and then we'll do casting calls. You could kind of see it on her computer screen, but we built an in-house sort of asset management, digital asset management tool that allows brands that aren't physically at the studio location to monitor shoots as they happen. There are 20 levers that we hit, like everybody does, things like Facebook advertising or affiliate sites and paid search and email and so forth. We're very strategic. We sit down with our brand partners up front and plan out what we think a 12, 24, 36 month kind of pro forma of the business will look like based on dozens of different variables, whether it's marketing spend or conversion rate assumptions and how much product that we're getting and the inventory turns and so forth. And we'll run the business really as an extension of their organization.
Being in the right place at the right time fits the one-stop story. In this case, it's being close to the Los Angeles fashion industry and being at the forefront of digital commerce.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we have folks answering the phones for customers that actually call on behalf of the brands that we represent. We have various levels. There's first-tier support, second-tier support, live chat, email, phone. Everything's SLA measured, service level agreement. So 80% of the calls answered within 20 seconds with an abandonment rate of less than 5%, things like that. How quickly they answer, how quickly they respond to emails.
Okay.
So every kind of communication that comes in is time-stamped and date-stamped, so we sort of measure the quantitative productivity of the reps, and then also we record calls. So qualitatively, we can get a sense of how they sound on the phone, and we can share that with the brands. I think high-end engineering talent, there's more to choose from in the Bay Area. I think there's no doubt about that, right? So if you're a company like, Palantir, which is doing sort of heavy sort of, PhD kind of analytics, algorithms, and you need to hire hundreds and hundreds of people, I think the Bay Area, you're going to have an advantage there. It's more expensive, but you're just going to be able to get up and running a lot faster. It depends on the business. Look, if you're a consumer products company, I don't think that you might have an advantage in LA, actually. E-commerce, I don't think that there's a disadvantage being in LA.